It's kind of crazy how minimum wage doesn't even cover the basics anymore. Like, literally not even the basics, like food, maybe a phone bill, maybe insurance, rent if you're lucky. And it's not just a problem in like one or two places, it's everywhere. There's some cities that if you're making minimum wage, you need to work 80, 90, sometimes even 100 hours a week just to afford a one-bedroom apartment. Like, that's not living, that's surviving. And barely at that. It feels like the math just isn't adding up. Like, how is anyone supposed to actually make it? I mean, think about the people just starting out. People graduating high school who take their first job at a coffee shop or a retail store. Or even people who've been grinding for years. What are they going to do when a full month of pay can't even afford a roof over their heads, plus groceries? Or just supposed to shrug away and say, oh, that's just life now. That's crazy, but that's kind of what it feels like, right? Like, this is a new normal, and everyone's just expected to accept it. Like, okay, if rent, food, and bills keep going up while wages stay frozen, what's the end game? Do we see more people laid off because companies are trimming their costs, even though cost of living never trims down? Or we're going to have, like, whole families living in cars or tents, or, like, just makeshift communities, like, on the side of highways or parks? It kind of makes me wonder, are we just slowly watching the middle class dissolve? Like the stable, comfy middle class. The one where people bought houses, raised kids, maybe had a family vacation once in a while. That version of middle class feels like it's vanishing. And what we're left with is this massive chunk of people who are just barely scraping by. And now the low middle class that used to be able to tread water, they're getting pushed down too. It feels like this line between doing just okay and completely broke is getting thinner and thinner. Now think about it. How many people under 30 can actually afford their own place without roommates, a partner, or help from their parents? It's become the norm that either move back with your family or never move out in the first place. Or share a place with 2 or 3 roommates while you're in your 30s. And the people who don't want to date or get married, that just means being stuck with strangers. Or even worse, staying in relationships that are just for the money. It's kind of depressing, but I know it's a real thing for a lot of people. Sometimes I think about work itself. Like, will good paying jobs just keep disappearing? We're already seeing entry-level jobs asking for bachelor's degrees, which used to mean something. But now it feels like that's the new bare minimum. So if a bachelor's is the new high school diploma, does that mean a master's is the new bachelor's? Then what? Does everyone just eventually just pile up degrees they can't afford, only to find a job that still doesn't pay them enough? And if you don't have a degree, does that mean you're just completely locked out? Because if that's the direction we're going, it's kind of terrifying. The other day, I was talking to my neighbor. He's been retired for over 10 years, relaxing, just enjoying his life. And I couldn't help but thinking, will we ever get that? Will our generation ever be able to stop working? To be able to just breathe and enjoy life for a few years that we have left? Or are we all going to be 80 years old, still hustling at part-time gigs because we can't afford to stop? And honestly, retire from what? Half of us don't even have stable jobs to retire from. Pensions? Those might as well be fairy tales for most people. It feels like retirement itself is becoming this luxury item. Like owning a yacht. Something only the wealthy can do. Also, I want to mention housing. I checked the prices the other day for mobile homes in my area. They're going for like $125,000. Sometimes over $200,000. For a mobile home. A literal trailer. I don't know, to me, that's just insane. What happened to just regular houses that didn't cost a lifetime of debt? And let's be real, even if you do want to buy, good luck competing with corporations that buy up homes just to rent them out for crazy prices. It's like regular people can't even get in the game anymore. And renting, you're paying thousands a month, but you're also told that you don't make enough to qualify for a mortgage. The system is basically saying, you're responsible enough to pay $2,000 in rent every month, but not responsible enough to pay $1,200 a month for a mortgage. Like, how does that make sense? It all just circles back to the same question. How are we going to survive? Like, literally, what's the plan? Work 2 or 3 jobs just to afford food and rent, with nothing left over for emergencies or savings? Just hope you never get sick because insurance is a nightmare, and a single hospital visit could throw you into bankruptcy? Just live with your parents forever and pray they don't need your financial support as well? It just feels like we're all just kind of winging it, waiting for something to break. Because how long can this keep going? How long before people actually can't take it anymore? Before it all comes crashing down? And if it does, what happens next? Do we finally admit that the system just doesn't work? Or do we just double down and blame people for not working hard enough? Even though there are plenty of people who are working hard as humanly possible, sometimes I think we're living in this slow-moving crisis that everyone knows is happening but can't do anything about. Like, yeah, we see the numbers, we know the wages, we know the prices, but instead of fixing it, the narrative is always, just grind harder. And that's just not sustainable. Because you can't grind your way out of math that's just not mathing. You can't hustle your way out of rent that costs triple your income. So, yeah, I don't have all the answers. I just have a million questions and this gnawing feeling that our lives our parents or grandparents had, the one with single income households, affordable houses, pensions, and retirement, it kind of feels like that's gone. And what's left behind is this big question on whether we'll ever see that again. Or surviving paycheck to paycheck, roommate to roommate, gig to gig, is just forever now. But what do you think? What do you think the endgame is? Does something change for the better, or does it all just come falling down? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like it up. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good day, night, evening, whenever you find this. I'm out.